Hey, how's it going, guys? It's CJ here for another Days of Happiness. Thankful Thursday. That's what I'm doing. No, it's not Thankful Thursday today. What am I talking about? Advice from this guy, because I still don't have a name for this right. I'm just gonna go with the advice from this guy until somebody gives me a particularly amazing and awesome suggestion that just hits me, or if I just have divine inspiration. So, whatever, we won't worry about that. Anyway, advice. My number one piece of advice for this week is I cannot tell you guys how important it is to thank people who are in your lives. Because there have been some recent events, not for myself personally, but for a few of my friends that are less than savory, shall I say, and it's been very heartbreaking for a lot of them. And you should be thankful for all of the beautiful and wonderful moments that you have, whether it be just like walking on campus with one of your friends, or just being able to say hi, or just like the small things, as well as the really super large awesome stuff. Like I just sent a text to Brent. He was one of the guys who was helping out with the Extra Life charity event. He helped out so much and it was incredible. So yeah, big help from Brent. He's one of my guys, and I sent him a thank you text. I know it's been like a week since it happened, but it's just like, you should thank the people who are in your life for all the great work that they do. Because honestly, then most of the people who helped out didn't have to any extent. Like, there's some sort of an obligation because a lot of them were fraternity brothers and things like that, but it's of their own free will and heart and their awesomeness, because I love my brothers. It's from their own free will and awesomeness that they give themselves and their time that we know is ever so very precious. If there's one thing in life that is super important, it is time, because that is your most scarce resource. It may seem abundant at sometimes, but with schedules like myself and a lot of my fellow brothers, we keep ourselves so busy because most of us have jobs along with doing all of our school stuff, and then there's internships that other people do, apprenticeships, stuff like that. It's just, we spread ourselves so thin that, like, giving a little bit of our time to other people, it's like, it may not seem like very much always, but I am trying to recognize more and more how important that is for us. It's just amazing that we have these really busy schedules and we'll prioritize other stuff above it just because they're our friends, they're our brothers, stuff like that, and it's great. So I think that everyone should be very thankful for the time that they are given from other people, and the minutia of things is really where I find that I want to be most thankful for, because I find myself, I thank people a lot for the big stuff that they do, and like when they take me out to dinner, which doesn't happen all that often, but it happened to me last night actually, and it was quite nice. But take you out to dinner, buy you a little bit something, or even just like are there for you and you need someone to talk to, or they're just responsive to you in general. They always make sure that they have your back. It's just a wonderful feeling, and I love that. But I also need to remember like the small stuff, like just like when you're walking to class and someone says hi to you when you're having a bad day. It's nice. It's really nice. Or just the comfort of having a friend when sometimes like they don't know whatever's going on with you, but like when you're having a bad time, and just like them saying, yeah, sure, I can hang out for a few minutes. And it doesn't even have to be something super long or super arduous. It's just being there. Which I guess I want to add that into this advice video, is be there for your friends when they are in need of somebody. Because there have been many times in my life in which, I'm not saying this to try and toot my own horn or anything, but it's just, there are many times in life where I didn't think what I was going to do was going to make a great impact for somebody, or like really influence our relationship too much. It was just like, oh yeah, sure, I have a few minutes to talk, something like that. But it's crazy how those are the moments that make the most difference. It's like, yeah, sure, you can help them out with the big stuff because that's when everybody wants to help out because it's really obvious what's going on. But when it's the little things, it's just like, hey, can you help me go grab some lunch for me? Or hey, I'm having a bad day, could we just talk for a bit? That's when those are the times that you really make a difference for somebody's life. And it's so interesting to me how there's so many people who go through their day-to-day, and I was previously like this too. They go through their day and they don't really allow a lot of people to try and help them out, which I understand because I used to do it and I used to hate being a burden to other people. But I've had somewhat of a paradigm shift where I'm trying to understand that while, how should I say this? While yes, it still may seem like a burden sometimes, and like it can take away from other people's time, it's also something that you really need sometimes. And if someone is willing enough to give you their time to be able to help you out, it really makes a huge difference for the both of you, and it really deepens your relationship with them because you know that there's someone that you can trust. Even if it's just like, if you send out a text and say like, hey, how's it going? When people respond to you, or like when it's not just in the case of boredom, because I know that people sometimes text just for boredom, but like when it's in the case of something that's on your mind, but you don't really want to talk to them about it, you just want someone to talk to rather than talking about the actual subject, just like to ease your mind about stuff, just relax you from it, it really does make a huge difference. So I implore to all of you that regardless of what it may seem like on the surface, because we all know that it can be, people can be very secretive of their emotions, and that's absolutely fine because it's how they protect themselves. While it may not always be shown on the surface, try to help somebody out if something seems off. And you can try to find warning signs and things like that of when people aren't doing too great, or like if someone has something they need to talk about. It just depends on who you are if you can see those. But honestly, all of us can say hi to a friend. Like, try to seek out a friend every day, say hi to them, tell them what's up, and try to help them out with what's been going on. And I know that can be really tough, again, time constraints, all of that, but it really does make a huge difference in their lives. So just a little piece of advice, suggestion, a little challenge for you. Try to talk to, yeah, actually I'll make a challenge out of that. Bring it on. Every day this week, I want you guys to send a text to somebody who you think is having a hard time. And no, this doesn't mean that if I randomly text some friends this week that it's going to be because I think you're having a hard time. Might be, but if you have some friends that you think are having a hard time, just send them a quick text. Say, hey, how's it going? How you doing? What's been going on? Stuff like that. And I bet to you that it'll make their day. This is probably going to be a lot similar to my challenge last week, but whatever. It's cool. Yeah, I hope that you guys got a little bit out of this video, because that's what I really try to do. I try to make sure that you guys can get some sort of experience or even just perception about myself from the videos that I make. And I would again like to apologize that not all of my videos have been coming out on a regular basis like they usually do, which I think I'll be like I talked about my Thankful Thursday, I think I'll be changing my schedule to Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and then any extra videos I'll upload on Saturdays. But yeah, it's just a lot easier for my schedule, especially with this week. It's been crazy. But yeah, anyway, enough about me. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and this is CJ signing off.